Hello.
Hello,
How's
everyone.
everyone?
Nice to see. Hopefully, everyone has a good day and good energy. For some, it is the start of the day, for some, it's not. But yes, we will start as usual, I think, with energy. Yes, Mindy? What do you think?
Okay, I will try going through my things. Otherwise, I might have you go first. Okay. I feel that the energy from yesterday as to, I think that things will be clearing, will be going a little bit better, will be clearing out, but to still be cautious on different things, like on, not to have arguments or watch on things. It's still a little bit that way, but not as strong.
Me too. I still see emotions and like because it's Eight of Cups, you see, and it's a Scorpio in the cards, and sometimes it's like inner transformation. So kind of a good timing maybe for um, finding, doing some meditational practices, maybe even focus on some emotions and try to do some self-regulation in, because just in case to avoid building up of negative energy or negative emotions. So try to be more in peace and not trying, yes, to get into any conflict or arguments, because Seven of Swords reversed. And I also prepared astrological card, actually, to say what they will say, because so it's again, it's still, we have the moon in Taurus, and it says that your safety depends on the need for stability, which is not easy to satisfy now. You have to learn to accept change as part of your life. The basic problem is finding your own self-respect in order to ensure that you don't mistakenly seek it in materialistical things. When you accept yourself for who you are, it will become easier for you to find peace and tranquility in the outside world. So it's a message from astrology for today. No, it's pretty much similar because we're still in the same phase. We're still in a Taurus, and so energy could be, like you said, it's still there. Whatever we checked yesterday. So it's not like gone or disappeared, or it's still in the air. That's why we are picking on these emotions. Yes. And that's why we can continue, of course, talking a little bit about astrology if you want, or what do you want to discuss, or maybe about your energy reading as well would be interesting, because sometimes like I feel that I need to clear my energy as it's building up, or as just kind of when I feel stagnation. And I kind of thinking today, actually, because my day is already finishing, I felt a lot of stagnation. It was slow. It was like, I don't know, a little bit boring, I would be saying. You can feel like everything is holding back. No, like, interference, or no, like activity. Nothing. It's just kind of sleepy energy. That's how the day was for me, pretty much.
Yeah, I can already feel that possibly tiredness, starting the day, things like that, going ahead today, yes. And I feel that the energy would be more like on that, but sometimes you just got to push a little bit and just get in there.
So another interesting thing which I would be liking to share and I found pretty cool, because like I told you before, corollary astrology, yes, you can ask any question which you want. And it can be for any topic. So today I decided to ask topics about horse racings. Yeah.
About what?
Horse racing.
Horse racing. Okay.
No, I'm just asking about what I did today. I'm not offering you now to do it, but I'm sharing some experience which I had. So because you can actually ask questions, can see maybe you will be right in a horse which comes first or second or third. You understand? Yeah. And actually, the planets told me, because I just don't know, I didn't do cards on them, I didn't do anything, but the numbers of the horses, which I kind of picked, I didn't put them in a position of 1, 2, like, because, yeah, the winner, it's kind of a little bit tricky, but straight away between 8, like in the 2 games, it's just 3 or 4 of them which came first, they were on this list. Can you imagine? So I just thought, oh, that's amazing. I just was experimenting. It's not like I'm not a gambler or
Right.
something, but I thought, okay, it's interesting, like because it's something what is like because how I kind of checked or picked or try to see and why I kind of pick up like what you're doing with that. I will try to explain a little bit, yes, if you're interested, because like I said, in horary astrology you can actually pick, for example, which job is better for you, or which like I don't know what man should be more, like I don't know, suitable for you or something, which is better or something like that. So because it gives essential and accidental qualities, that's why I was trying to pick, not because like what is the numbers, but I was checking which horse corresponding to which planet and in which sign astrological it appeared. Because, for example, there were some, like for me, straight away in a list from 8, yes, so I see the first one. It was identified, for example, with Saturn in a position of retrograde. So I kind of know, I don't think it will be a winner, because retrograde, it's not really, it's a weak zone. No, I don't think the horse which is coming with that will be the winner. And it is also, you straight away, okay, this horse came with this, so no. Then another, for example, horse was like, 2 of them actually appeared, because it's a 7 of planets, so like it is 8 horses, so 1 got 2. So 2 of them straight away, no, not good, yeah. And then, for example, second one was like Aquarius, yes, Aquarius, and they both came with Saturn in retrograde, so both of them gone. Then the next one was Jupiter as well was retrograde, and thinking, no, it's not. But I mean, like when you see on a screen, yes, because before the bet starting, you can see that they like showing you, for example, this horse is giving like that, or this horse is like favorite, for example, like, or some horse, like the last one for me in the list, it was like, no, if you put $30, like $1, you will win 30, because it's kind of, no, I don't know why, but I kind of thinking it was not really or a known horse, Yes, like a black horse sometimes comes when someone new is coming and no one really knows, so they don't want to put money on that. Or it's just never was winning. I don't know, but it's kind of was the last. But it came actually number 4. And for me, because I saw that this horse was in a position of exaltation of the planet, I thought like it should be something like she shouldn't be like it's a very good position. So I picked her as well, and she was on a number 4. Like so I kind of thinking, oh, so it's very quickly you straight away see, which was, or for example, Mars, which is very good, for example, for horse, yes, which comes with this planet because Mars it's energy, it's activity, it's this, but Mars came in a position of the 4. If it is in the position of the fool, that's it. It's not really. Again, it's like weak. So, and those horse actually, everyone also, it was one of the toppest one who people thought, or who, like, I don't know, the expertise thought, I don't know. I just today for I don't know how many years just decided first time to check to see, like what will be. I have no ideas about these horses.
Just an interesting concept, though, as to
Interesting.
checking that.
Then I
And
took
then,
another, and it was also the same, like out of 8 4, which I kind of put it for me like that, and they actually came not in a position of 1 2 3 4, because I don't know yet, like you need probably more looking into details of that, not only enough based on this it is if you will be counting maybe antithesis of them, or coefficient of this like of their luckiness, or how money is there, then you can see more. But just today I wanted to see on very simple way. But I thought it's kind of interesting, you know,
it's very
topic.
interesting on the astrology on how you can get the answers on different things. Yes, I love that.
Because on one thing I was trying to do with the cards different things, but cards they a little bit like it's really hard to figure out, like between them 8 or something, which one they consider. Something sometimes they do, but with the astrology it was much, much better, I will be telling you.
With the cards, exactly. So if I'm holding a deck and I've got energies of that, like okay, when you do the cards to get yourself into the proper energy and get yourself in, because if you're not, that can be with you and how, things come out, like one just fell and you never know. And actually, this one was manifesting the new and everything, but you never know what you're right on the cards. I like the astrology, but there's all different things on the energy with that.
Yeah. With the cards, it's easier. Like, like for example, you're sitting, you can pick up straight away. With astrology, it's a lot of calculation. So, for example, for me, sitting and like you remember, just wait a second, I will be checking. Yes, it's a good result, but you have to spend some time, but still, it's working very good in some questions. Like, for example, with this, or if there are the teams or something like that, like you want to see, or you want to pick between 2 jobs which is better for you, as well. It's comparing your essential and eccentrical qualities, and then it says like this job is better for you. While in a reading, for example, I always give option for the person to decide. I also can check like this is like I think it's good, and again depends what person expects from the job, because maybe person wants money and don't care like what is the ethical approach, if your atmosphere is good, if person is happy staying there, or just kind of it pays me more money, it's beneficial for me, I want that, and I don't care what I'm doing. And then for another person they say no, I'm just kind of need to be happy, I'm sensitive, I want these people to be kind. And then if you picking, of course, for this person negative card, so like they don't care about money. Yeah, so person has to understand what is actually beneficial. Yeah.
And how do you
Side.
go? So you said it's a whole system. Are you able to explain, or is it too complicated to explain how to do that system?
You talking about
The astrology that you were talking
no,
about that
I can
system.
explain. You want me to start to explain? You mean how I was just generally a little bit information, yeah? Because you can't like straight away, of course, understand
No.
what it is because it's a very big, complex topic. I would say it's probably more or bigger topic than tarot cards or something because it has so many. Plus, even the types of astrology, so many. Just the cards. It's so many different types. But I think on one stage we have to maybe in our ads to add that that's what we can be talking with people, or we can do different sessions when we can share the screen, maybe even to make it more interesting to do the chat and to see actually what comes, like I said, you pause raising or whatever, we just for fun to experiment and to see what comes with the energies or with something else, maybe with the places, maybe with some like like people not I don't think it's good idea. For example, I don't like really to check on some famous people because no we don't knowing, yeah, but for example for some artists who passed away, who like don't know, Leonardo da Vinci, someone famous or something, we always can pick like the messages for their pictures, for feeling how like energy of that could be coming, or like what um palitra of emotions was or what supported for person to create this, for example, art or place or whatever, that I don't think anyone will be against, or still all good. But about astrology, what I like I said you, it's you can use the horary. There are also the medical astrology for, and I started to check that as well because actually my horary astrology showed some kind of a problem, and they show very good. It's the only case that we usually never use it, like it's better, it's just for yourself, you can be knowing or understanding, but I wouldn't be using it for people, again, it's just because not something what is ethically, I guess, correct, and it's not our areas, yes, but there are actually astrology on that. Plus it's tarot astrology even I saw, which is kind of like combination tarot and astrology.
Mhm.
And no, maybe it's whatever I was also presenting in a way. If we will touch more into that topic, how I explained about the tarot cards and how they can be um, used in astrology positions or signs of astrological houses. How they you can generate major arcana into all this astrological circle, and minus arcana as well. Uh, that is interesting topic too, because every major arcana, like I yesterday already started, so everything starts with magician. No, before magician there is a fool, yes, which is coming with experience of the past life, but he is not actually anywhere in a circle of astrological places. He is more like in a between, when it's ending, like where is the number 12 house, and first there is the world and the fool somewhere there, one is up, one is down. So it's kind of you entering as a fool with in a new cycle, yes, like having some little baggage of the experience. And magician, it's already why it's also represent energy of the Mars, because if you will look into the message of the Mars or Mars, you know how the Mars symbol looks like, yes? You know how Mars symbol is? No?
No.
Just give me 1 second then, because I kind of will grab a piece of...
Now you're talking about what's above his head?
I'm talking about how the symbol
Got it.
of Mars is itself, yes? I will take a
Because I know
paper
above
and
his
I
head
will...
is the above the magician is the infinity symbol, the 8, correct?
It's always, that's what I understand what you mean. You mean that it has... So symbol of the Mars, usually like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And if you will look into the magician, where's my magician there? Just my magician is probably wants to come the last in the deck, because I'm asking what you see. It's kind of like looks a little bit reminding. Yes, his hand is
Okay.
the energy from the sky. Yes, from the universe. That's what represents, and it's kind of like that. So energy comes and then coming through and going through him, not like into him, but kind of he is the provider of the energy, the magician. And in this case, so that's why and the next message is a high priestess. Yes, high priestess, because they both represent the same house, number 1, which is responsible for like every house because they are like I will probably, or maybe the picture, yes, like that. No, it's like if it is a circle, yes, there is we kind of divide it all. So there will be the Mars comes number 1. What this is the house 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Так, should be 12, yeah. 3, yeah. So it's like 12 pieces. So each one house has 2 cards. Just trying to find a good pen which can be seen like red. Because red is kind of good to use. It will be a little bit, but always whenever I need it, I struggle with finding it. Usually I have plenty. Should have this one. Or something a little different. Okay, I'll take green one. So if it is this one, it will be like 2 sections. One will be magician and one will be high priestess.
Okay. So it's a different direction.
And one, yeah, magician represents the energy which it's like kind of called into like outside, which you one card is for more like, I'm trying to find a word, internal, you know, like, or something, how you can call it when it is like for outside, yes. And another it's more like inner, inside, because card or the house has balance. And that's what is also very important, you know, to have 2 of them. One is male, one is female. You see how interesting it is, because magician, it represents male energy, and high priestess will be female energy. Female, it's more passive, while magician, it's active. Yes, and that's why active energy for outside things, like for example for energy was coming from the universe, while high priestess, what she is doing, she is responsible for how much energy comes actually. That's why high priestess as well associated with intuition. It's like if it is a water tap, yes, so water itself, it's a magician, but the tap which you're putting, stopping
Mhm.
or putting more, it's a high priestess.
Very
You see
interesting.
how.
Hmm.
And that's why, but when something is upside down, so it means energy, something is disbalanced. That's why in energetical reading, it's very important to have always, like we always say, tranquilization, energy. You have to balance it. You have to, because you really do need to have it. Otherwise, it will be, if, for example, a magician gets this energy and high priestess is not stopping, because high priestess also, if you will look, has portal on the back, and high priestess connected with the Pluto, and that's why kind of Pluto is no, everything what is mysterious, what is connected with the death or other side, it comes no, in a combination, so she is more like intuitive. That's why we always say high priestess for intuition,
Hmm.
and high priestess for some information, because if she doesn't want to let you know information, you will not get through this portal. And sometimes even like symbolical meaning of this, um, it's kind of like, I don't know, something I remember was about you have to, it's like from Egypt time, I think, like black one actually responsible for something what is subconsciousness, what you don't know and you don't need to know even. So it's more connected with something what no one knows, while this white one is more like, I think, energy which you feeling or can still like with those, if in a good direction you can develop in yourself, yes, and you can see intuitively. So everything what you can feel intuitively, it comes more with this column, not with that one. Those one is forbidden zone sort of things. And that's why if high priestess will, like, according to those Egyptians, something like the four, like, you're approaching, or when you're dying you're approaching, and then you have to prove that you kind of like don't have sins or something like that. And if she feels that you have been like good, yeah, and you didn't do any like bad karma or something, she will let you get through this portal. If not, then they go with more some sort of circumstances, I guess. Or you still have to be in some cycle. So this is about this first house. But when you kind of going the next one, it's what yesterday the person said about, because I kind of thinking why he thought the emperor is representing areas, because everyone mistakes. It's usually the tarot in a books of the tarot, anything you can see that emperor is responsible for the areas, but it is not, because areas Mars, and Mars, if you will look into the energy into this planet, Mars very active. Mars is red color, usually it's like, and you can see in magician it's a lot of red color. He is active, he is kind of having this magical stick, while emperor, he's not just jumping around like Aries, he is sitting. And that's why this is more Taurus. because he's trying to be like he is in a power. With Empress appear on a second astrological house, if you will put. So their position will be there. Empress will be number 3, so active, but passive or internal will be Emperor. So it's another way. Yes. Why it's so? Because Empress represents she is more like a Venus planet. And you can see what actually Empress, she has a Venus. She has a Venus there. You can see green. And what is a Venus? A Venus, it's like about about taking things. So everywhere where an Empress comes, she wants to take it. And that's what planet Venus does. She is just like trying to take things. And that's why the Emperor has to control how much Empress take. Because otherwise, that's when the message of Empress comes reversed. When, for example, we saying that, because in the right position, it's fertility, it's a Gera sometimes, the motherland or whatever, so symbolical meaning. And it's kind of like a woman who can be transforming energy. That's why she's wearing this dress. When you cannot see if she's pregnant or not pregnant, she can be still pregnant but still looking good, because she is able to be flexible and to get any form if in the right position. But Emperor, he is always controlling those energy or whatever. You see the place of Taurus, it's like a place of the needs astrologically. Second house responsible for money, for your needs, for food, for things, and that's why if, for example, someone wants to know how much money will I get from this or from this job or something, it's an astrological horary. You have to approach and check astrological house number 2. This where will be Empress and Emperor, because they will tell you, no, I mean not these cards, but I mean this astrological place will show the planet, and if the planet is in exaltation or ruler is there, so it's a very good sign. It means you will be probably getting like increasement, maybe, or everything will be good with money. But if the place is or planet is in a position of fall or opposition, so it's not good, because in this case it means it will be like, for example, in this case you can check whether the price for the house will be going up or going down, because sometimes people want to get a house or apartment or something. So you can, with horary, easy check, for example, what's going to be with the prices on the houses, or what is going to be with the prices for this. I don't know if it is a good timing to get it, because you can actually see when the ephemeradas, they will show you, like, the graphics when the planet is going to change, and it will be a different planet, and maybe then the planet will move to another sign, and then it will be a completely different picture, but until that time you still can be having this not good price or
That's a
something.
good question, because a lot of people are wondering on the price of everything. If the houses, food, everything, if this is going to keep going up, or if it's going to level out, or if it's going to go down. That is a discussion everywhere as to what's going on with the groceries, with the cost of living and everything. If it's still going to be rising, like in a year or a few months, or what's going to happen. That is very interesting, because that's a question that comes.
I think, Yes, that's what we can easy check, Or for example, someone thinking, I don't know what to do, whether I need to sell today the house because maybe tomorrow prices will be going up or will be going down. If it is a good time to move now, or sometimes even people getting promised to get paid and they not sure if they will be actually, so with the horary astrology you actually can check, whether you can get money from this employee or not, so which is also making very, because sometimes but you have to of course check not only on because this actually will be essential quality of the planet, because in horary they use only 7 planets, 7 main planets which Ptolemy used. It's kind of Mars, Saturn, then Venus, yes, Jupiter, Mercury, and Sun and Moon, which also considered to be, they consider to be stars, but because we in astrology using like it's a bit different. I forgot in English again the term of like, because when you're looking from the, you kind of like the Earth is all planets going around the Earth, yes. So that's why they Sun and the Moon as well, sort of like making this going. That's why they started to consider it, just call it like a planet, but actually it's a star. Yeah. And also it depends on the speed. Very important in horary astrology to understand which planet is going quick, which is going slow. For example, Jupiter and Saturn are the slowest is Saturn, because Saturn is like outside of the sun system, yes, together with the Jupiter. That's where this both like planets, they more their speed is not so quick. Moon is the quickest,
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
yeah, Moon is the quickest, and in a sort of a degree it comes like for the day even like 13 degrees does, yes. After that I think it comes sun. uh, oh, just let me check to be more sure what comes. Yeah, it's more like then Mercury, Venus, and Mars, and then Jupiter and Saturn, because they are the slowest. And and that's what very important, because sometimes like in horary astrology, you need kind of like not only able to see on those map like what is the astrological sign where is the planet appeared, but also to understand like if for example the aspects, they're very important in horary astrology, is aspect between planets. For example, if they join together, and there are different types of the aspects, because some aspects they positive, some negative. For example, square aspect, it's more complicated. So kind of in a question, will I get this job, you need aspect to understand whether you will get it. Because in a job, like if this job is better than another, you don't need aspect, you can just only use the essential qualities of the planets and see, like whatever I did with the horse racing. Yeah, I just compared the horses planets, and they showed me like which is kind of like hypothetically more the winner or more ready for today, because you see it's a combination of essential and they call it essential and when is the word accidental, essential and accidental. Because like just an example, the essential, no, meaning, yes, comes with the nature of the planet. For example, Mars, his nature is to be a bit aggressive, yes, to be active, aggressive, kind of this and that. While, for example, Saturn, he is more like describing someone like old, like that's why it's like planet, which is more would be for how to say, Saturn, it's like old person, wisdomness, old person or wisdom people, but usually it represents, actually, if you want to ask like about whether my partner will be younger or older, if you will get a moon, so it means the partner will be younger. If it is Saturn, so the person will have a big difference, because Saturn represents that, and he is slow, yeah, his speed is slowest. So, and he is further than anyone else. There are also the planets like Neptune and Uranium and Pluto, yes, but they outside of the system, and that's why some people, they use them in a horary. But if to talk about old timings, they never used it. First of all, they didn't have yet a kind of thinking, and another thing, sometimes if you're using them in horary astrologies, there could be some mistakes. It's kind of tricky with them. I think it's better to use those seven. No, many of them, it's like Lilith or someone who is making all the some books and information about this horary astrology. They suggest this, and it's based on Ptolemy. Uh, but what else? But in a natal astrology, because a natal astrology, it's more like towards your birth timing, when you was born, like you're making this similar things you're making, but only you're putting the dates of your birth, and then, but it gives you a completely different picture. No, I mean, like, you will not see details, because the difference is natal, it's more like you have some general ideas, like maybe this time will be this or that, or maybe it's more like a timing for marriages for this, but they will not actually respond you if this guy, like, am I going to be or divorce, or if it is this particular guy will be, they will not tell you on natal. It's more like will be generic in any case. It's like we checking general reading, yeah. So that's what natal. But horary, you can ask anything particular, because it's based on geographical position of the appearance of the question in a certain zone, this very timing. That's very important when the question was formed, like what is the time, because it only needs like geographical position and timing.
Now, is it always, now I would think that it's not, like you said, you can ask a question and this, is it always just set, or I mean, you can control, your destiny and stuff, where if it says this, it's not necessarily so, or how does that?
I think, can you just repeat me 1 second, because I was a bit lost with the question.
Well, we're talking about we're talking about astrology and different things. Like you said, you can ask a question and you would get the answer. What I'm saying is you can change it. Like if you get, oh, that doesn't look good, you can turn something around, is what I'm asking. Like if you ask
You
something
mean
going about a job, okay, I
ah,
want to get this job or this and that's not looking good, you can turn things so that another job or something like that, to turn things around.
uh,
Always turn things.
I guess it's more like, I don't know about like if you can tell, of course, like, I think what is the point of this is that if they will tell you, for example, I can't find the job, like, if I will find this one, will it be like, or for example, I can't sell the house, yes, because that's something what someone gave as example, yeah. uh, like the lady couldn't find, like was trying to sell the house, but possibly her planet wasn't in a right like zone or something, or maybe it was still no aspect. So and no, astrologers said that you will not, you will sell it, but it will be like in 5 months, for example. Yeah.
Okay.
And she said, "Oh, I want to sell it today, like, oh, I want it like week. I want it in 4 weeks."
Got it.
But the astrologer said, "No, really, it's not possible." I guess it was maybe was when the planet is in a retrograde or in a fall from the zodiac. I will explain like what I mean with that. But she was kind of trying to sell, and she decided to put even the price down. She couldn't sell. So then
Oh,
it's like
wow.
he contacted her before, closer to that time, even with the low price, she still couldn't. And he said, like, you see, you will need, like, it was near that, like maybe a week left. He said, now you can put your price up. She said, I can't sell it even with my price down. Said, like, no matter, you just need to put it up. And she put it up and then she sold it. But it was like, you see, in those timing, because if your planet is weak or something, you can just try to smash the wall with your head. It still will not work, you know?
Got it.
Because it
Okay.
needs to be like position of the planets, like when you're getting in a its sign, and that's what important to understand, that all planets, like they kind of sit, or astrologically, yes, like it's a place of areas, and it's a Taurus, and it's third one, it's Gemini, yes. So they kind of all has a place, and every corresponsible to the planet. For example, Aries, it's a Mars. Second Taurus, it's a Venus, and it's a ruler. So it's a ruler of the house. And some of them have two rulers, because it's planet 7, but house is 12. Yeah. So then, for example, the Cancer, it's a moon. For the Leo, it's a sun, and for the Gemini, it's a Mercury. And then you going to another again. Mercury is responsible for the Gemini, and Mercury is responsible for the Virgo as well, you know. And for example, at the same time, like Venus, it's responsible for the Taurus, and it's responsible for the or ruler of the planet Libra. Because why? Because it's a like Libra likes harmony. Libra likes, things to be done well, like looks. That's why kind of like balance, harmony. It's all for Venus. Um, but if the Mars energy will get to the, for example, planet Mars will get to the house of Libra, that's a problem, because Mars very aggressive, so he can't really balance. So that's where he gets into position of fall. You know, not no in a position of fall, Mars gets in a or in a it's a place of the Cancer. In this position, it's like opposition, but it's two signs which are good and two signs bad when planet comes. So for planet, very significant is to be in a position of its ruling place. So like for Mars in Aries, or for Taurus in or for Venus in Taurus. While if they get into opposition, it's kind of like called um, like pushing away. So there is a special word, I forgot just the term in English, like it's like kind of they try to get rid of it. So you're not welcoming here. This is what Mars when gets into the Libra, because it creates problems for the lovely and wonderful place. Plus Mars, it's a dry planet. Venus is not. You always have to kind of understand like moon, for example, is also wet, and if it meets a dry and aggressive Mars, of course, Mars is not feeling comfortable there. That's how they kind of all say that astrological places, it's like a scene. If you're in a theater and you see a scene, so the place represents astrological house, but planets like actors. All of them say it's trying to compare. So, and it depends like what place actor comes, like, and how he can actually do the role there. And of course, Mars, when he gets into Scorpio, it's his place. He's the ruler in a Scorpio. So, because Scorpio toxic can be, Scorpio can bite, Scorpio can do this. So he feels comfortable in a Scorpio, and he is ruling. It's another planet which is ruled by Mars. And Saturn, Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces. No, but it's in a horary, because if you're talking about generally natal astrology, it will be a different, or tarot even, it's more like Pisces under the influence of the Neptune. But we're not considering the Neptune. That's why kind of here you're still using those 7 planets instead of like uranium and Neptune, because if I will be like using the astrological like cycle with the tarot cards, major arcanas, I use more like natal. For example, place of death, yes, it's a Scorpio, and then it's ruled by the Pluto, but outside planet. Pluto was in a high priestess, but when we going into the cards, and that's why you can see on the major arcana, it's a death and it's a temperance, because death means like you need to kind of everything that like completely take out of the bones, yes, like big change. And with the temperance, it's a healing. It's kind of like trying to balance and sort of angel, becoming like an angel. That's another meaning of the temperance. You have to be very patient,
Okay.
So this is kind of like maybe it's too much information,
No,
but
no. It's interesting to hear all these different things. Yes, I find it very fascinating.
maybe you want to tell something, Mindy, because I'm just talking and talking, or
No,
you want
is
to
anyone
ask.
out here today? Hello. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to go ahead and ask. No, I like listening. Actually, it was very interesting on the different planets. On you said one is dry, one wet, and how the different planets align. And I was, hi. Oh,
Hi,
okay.
horse.
You've just been
How are
listening
you?
yourself. Okay. I knew that there were some people. Good morning. How are you today?
Hi, Willem Granges. How are you? Lovely to meet everyone.
Mhm. I think
So,
excellent. I think you continuing unless someone has some kind of question.
no, you can put the questions, because I can just make a break a little bit and respond to the questions.
Yeah, I really am very interested in all of this. It's always didn't know a lot of it, so yeah. If you have a question, please subscribe, follow, and share.
Horse, I think you always have some questions. So, what today you kind of interested to know? Guillermo Granges, you also welcome to put your question. And yes, if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. If you subscribe, thank you very much. We always appreciate all our followers. And yeah, and if you have some topics which you want maybe to clarify, stay in reactive mode. Einstein. So we now
I like that.
interesting question. Sometimes I'm also happy because some usually people ask only questions personal, but this is kind of not personal question. Yes,
Okay. I
couldn't
don't
be
know.
doubting
I'm going to have you see
smartness.
if you can answer this one. If Einstein was
Mm.
really smart, I'm getting
You can
yes in
see the
very many
messages
ways.
what the cards can say about his intelligence. Yes. Mm.
But yeah, if you would want to check on that, or was Einstein theories vacant? Oh, wow. Okay. Are you able to see if you can answer this one? I don't know if I.
Yes. Так, Einstein series fake and all. No, you see, for me, I actually got no, interesting messages on him. First, it's a fool, which is not meaning the fool, but which means a person who had a past lives and who came, like I said, Yuko's fool. It's like in a between and the star. So both major arcanas. And it's under influence of uranium. Actually, in the cards, I would be saying that they both having a lot of influence of uranium, especially star. And star definitely connects with universe. So I would say he has some significant impact on generation. Yes, he had maybe was sent for some particular purpose. That's why sending already. Uh, No, I don't know who is a star, but star usually represents those zone of whereas a genuine and other people can be because it's a very strong intellect. Star actually represents very strong intellect, so I wouldn't be doubt about his intellectual abilities. I would be saying this like that
I
because
would.
he came with star, and star is one of those messages.
I would highly agree that I would not doubt his the intellect on him. In
Maybe you're not in the right timing to understand all his intellectual abilities as well. That could be why the fool appeared. Um, squared. I'm not sure what it means, but I would say that you see, because sometimes, again, we now looking back into the timing when he appeared, maybe not like when other people, it still wasn't the same progress like whatever now happening. Yes, and for his time, I think he was a star. Yeah,
was
we
that
can't
something
like
about the squared? Um,
incorrect square. I don't know. Nowadays they make so much also theories or something. I would be more believing in Stein, if to be honest. Me personally. But I don't know. I'm not physics or something. So for me, all this. But what I know exactly is that meaning of the star is a very high intellect. It's one actually because it's a uranium. And uranium brings innovations. And you see, so I kind of thinking cards very exactly showing because Einstein was innovator and inventor. And the star is a perfect message for that. Mm-hmm. So, horse portrait. We need also to check for her because she was trying to prepare big information. We will be back to discuss Einstein after. But I have been. Okay. You always have a lot on your mind. Let me just check what is on your mind. Knight. It is a match.
Interesting on the different things on momentum and wow.
Okay. So you just kind of was worried about some friends, some colleague who were affected by some another person.
Why do I feel like a scared on when you say about wondering so to see them in person? I'm feeling you want to, but yet there's some kind of a draw thing. Again, I feel like a draw thing that ongoing in person. You draw a sign.
I will be in a second. I'm still there. Just need to take.
Okay, let me see if I can. That is very complicated because I feel that you're really trying to grow. You're trying to turn things around, horse, and for some particularly. Okay, so that okay, because I was getting something on in person. It's going to be harder, and some emotions going like as soon as I say it, my stomach gets all like down harder on things like that, and. And sometimes, yes, it's hard to talk and to say this and that because you don't know what the outcome. You don't know. Again, I think as we said, if you say this or if you say that, if it's going to come out the right way, and that is a big thing that I'm getting to. Um, hmm. Are you able to put that on the screen? That the big question? Or no?
You mean?
Oh, I got it. That's okay. I see it now. Okay, you wanted insights about the individuals. Again, I don't know why that's a little. That okay.
I get a complicated energy from those individuals because I got the Five of Swords, and usually it's people who can be and betray and try to intrigue and could be sabotage, because like for any price they want to get this or that. So for me, the most important to win, even if I'm like not correct, or win for any cost. This is what kind of comes for these individuals, And the Knight of Wands upside down as well. It's a person who can be sabotagey, who can be like lie or saying not true things, and there is some information which actually may be covered because High Priestess looks like and she always comes when there is some information which like gossips or whatever, like maybe not presented in a proper way, something is hidden or someone is trying to keep as a secret, so it's what comes for this for me, for individuals. What do you mean, Dick?
Well, that's why I'm having a hard time answering because of the fact that I'm getting all kind of complications. I'm getting like with the stomach, you can't exactly say, okay, especially. So if one is sometimes if you do feel misguided in that and someone else's views, it is hard to speak or hard to say, or especially with email, that it's going to be, because I'm like, I can't really answer because they're giving me the energy of, okay, if I say this, it may come out wrong, or the person may take it as this. So I can understand why you were up all night trying to figure out how to go about this, how to say it on different things. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know if you do. You said on
You
the
mean
card.
you can fix the problem? That's what you mean. No, you see, depends again how you probably going, because I'm not really understanding or clear, like, because you mentioned something about whether you should sending emails. To whom you want to send emails? To these people, or you want to send email to the person who has been manipulated to discuss, or you want to meet with whom, with these people or with that? So it's kind of for me a little bit unclear, those elements. Do you mean you agree, or
I do, yes, very much so. Um, we'll
higher
find
arcana
resolution, what they
for
consider.
you? Just give us a moment, Arcana. We will be responding for your question if you have one. But we're trying to respond for horse
What do you
portrait.
think they should strive for?
Send email. Okay, this person A and B, it's those one who your friends, yes, old colleagues. No, you see if you will be able. I don't think you only can be the one who is able to solve this situation. I kind of thinking it has to be a collaborative work, like you by yourself will not be able to. Like I said, you there is a high priestess. First of all, it's information between them as well not clear, so there should be someone who will clarify it, like, and they kind of thinking you by yourself possibly will not be, because first of all I got the towel, and towel, it's of course can be some sort of um know how to say, because towel, it's including many people. It's a Capricorn, and it's already like you and others. So it's not only by you able to be solved, but because towel can be also like ego collapsing. Yes, sometimes such a meaning. Or for example, in this case, it could be the truth reveals. Hi, Light Seeker, how are you? Nice to see you. So, and then in this way, you there could be kind of some clarity coming, yes. But I still would be suggesting you to maybe not by yourself to do everything, because we're doing very well, I think, because by yourself, I think you also can be misunderstood by others. So I would be still like collaboratively doing this. That's what my
I agree on that too, because I keep getting, when I'm tuning in, I keep getting that it's a complicated thing. What the? Okay, it's mixed emotions there. So when it's have a desire to resolve things, it's all kinds of mixed emotions all over. That's why I'm like lost for words. That's why I can't say much, because it's almost, I'm feeling like drawn. Like, okay, I can't say this, I can't say that. And I agree with her that it's very hard to, on your own to do this. And I feel that it really is stressing, and to try to, it sometimes it's like, okay, we have to get in our zone and try to, but yeah,
highlights.
I'm all muffled because of this. So
So everyone, Arcana, Light Seeker, just give us a moment. We will complete the question to the fourth throne, and you can think about your questions. And don't forget to put likes and the kind of thing. You already subscribed. If not, so please, if you don't mind that. But for you, horse drawn, again, another, you asked about what attitude towards you. So with an oracle, which I picked for you as advice, they first of all tell you forgiveness and miracle. You see, so I would say collaborative, or maybe even don't be so much worried of all the situation, because forgiveness comes with you taking care of yourself, like, and with you kind of like maybe even your friends, like there was some situation, or just like let's let it go or something, just kind of okay, sending love to everyone, because sometimes it could be self-regulation technique, which is the best in a form of like releasing the energy from the past, because according to the innovative psychological, it's not even withering but self-regulational techniques, there is like a reframing of the energy. Yes, so when you can be in your mind going back into the situation which worries or deserve, you kind of feeling like it holds on, because on energetical level it can be those moments of the stuck in the past and doesn't allow energy to flow. That's why we're having karma later on, or chemical zones or things like that. So you in your consciousness going back to the situation and solving it in a different form. For example, picture this person and saying like how you would be wanting the situation going at that stage, and it helps to release the energy which was for all this time turning into the heaviness. You understand? And like make a outcome, or for example like, okay, let me explain, this is what you did wrong, this is what I was doing right, this is the people who were involved and they upset, and imagine how you would be, the person would be, you would be wanting to respond to you. So it will help you to get this kind of thinking. Forgiveness, that's why forgiveness and miracle also transformative energy of you see blue or violet energy. Imagine what actually. Yeah, if from your perspective, from how you would be wanting to see it, but in a positive way. And sometimes it provides, like for example, okay, you see the person told you sorry, because sometimes like you still holding on thinking about it, but other people already maybe moved on or forgot, even like but in your mind it's still like, and in your actual life and your present life there is the question which can be still an issue. So I hope you. Hi, Zabonija. Hi, Jimbo. So thank you for coming. And horse, I hope that you got your response. So try to do that, and next time, whenever you, every time, this is like called a sixth form, like or some kind of like reframating of energy or whatever. But it's a even it's an innovative form of psychology and spirituality, so I would be suggesting you to do. And now, yes, you can all get a response, because you see violet flame transforms, that's what comes with a miracle for you through that. And so next person, just let us to be in a term for everyone not to be upset. And you will be, but first we will be answering to those who were patient enough and came first, if you don't mind. And again, thank you everyone for joining us.
Um, well, sometimes it is hard to understand. Well, okay, so when we're talking about things too, we don't exactly have the whole entire picture horse drawn. So that's why I can understand how, yeah, I don't totally understand because we don't know the whole entire thing, which we don't need to. But sometimes that's why I couldn't answer much because I was so lost for words, and that's what I feel is going on.
For you, I would be suggesting to practice self-regulational techniques, like, and that if you will be finding information, if not, the next time we will explain more. But now we have to respond for other people as well. Because yes, but it will be an interesting topic for us to discuss, and then I will explain more detailed. Because I definitely feel like you need it, because you're always having some building up a lot. Now the next person who was light seeker was no, Arcana was first, then light seeker, and then Jing and Zaboni.
If you can
So let's
subscribe,
start
follow,
with
and share.
the question. And thank you, Guillermo. So we will definitely come back to Einstein after responding for our people, if you still will be there. But yes, but it was interesting. I also wasn't sure which cards they actually will be coming for this person. And I'm kind of amazed how universe speaks, and they excellently represented them. I couldn't find the best way myself. So, what about you, Arcana? Do you have question? Light see, Seeker, if you're still there. And I think you are, but put your question, please. And you can put your question, Zabonia and Jing, if you have some specifical, or just at least tell me, do you want what message, card for the day, or there is something what is you want? Or because reading is just would be better to have more details for your current job.
Okay.
Creation coming. So you need to be more creative. I don't know, I got the oracle message. Creation, it's about you inviting musa, or maybe if at the moment you feel like lack at your current job, like some motivation or something, that's what you kind of need. Otherwise, I don't know, change the job or something, but you need to feel excitement or motivated, because it's about motivation.
I'm getting that there wasn't so. So I got a few words, and like something on surprises. So which tells me, that there was like a little bit of a change or something on that, but not exactly what you had expected. And hmm, it's like they're saying that sometimes it's just like, okay, I go to work and I go and do this and I just go and do the same thing. Okay, if that doesn't, okay. Um, okay. Let me see what I can ask on the change. If there was a change in people or a change of something, is what they're saying, a change of direction, basically on the job is what I got. I can check with cards, but let me see what else I can ask. If that makes sense to you. Because you're like, oh, change. So that's the kind of thing I had gotten, that there was something that already happened. And just that going forward, it's almost like a thing like that. But let's see. Is there like tiredness or something with the job or something on that point, that it's good, but yet it's like, do I always want to like doing this? It feels sort of like drawn. So I don't know what you feel on that.
Oh,
Because they're singing me a song, so that's why I was like, yeah. So I don't know if you wanted some kind of a change or something like that. If you wanted to go into a different direction, I just feel just okay. I'm there working. I'm there working. I'm there. Okay, I'll get up. I'm there working. Okay, day is finished, and that's almost what I feel every day. And that change made it like I said, I keep getting that there was a change. either a change in direction or something like that. Okay, gotcha.
No, maybe that's why you see me, India, like you said, it's every day or something, and I got this message of news or creation, and perseverance as well. So, which means that, no, you need to, if it's at the moment a little bit boring for you, or you doing it every day, like Mindy said, or something, like with emotions or something, you need kind of like change. It's up to you. If you're not happy, I would be suggesting definitely to look and change, because that could be giving you more motivation and more muse, yes, and more creation straight away, because sometimes the creation comes when you need actual motivation. That's where maybe at the moment you kind of like, or you have to be like more designering, you have to be more like, see how to improve the situation, what you're working on at the moment, because well, that's what I
So
mean.
every day the same thing. That's why they were singing me. It was some kind of a song actually on going on working every day and just the same
It's
thing.
boring.
Hmm. Yeah, got it. Okay.
You know? It's
But I did feel there was maybe there were different people that were hired or something like that, and that's maybe why I got the change. But it's something because when I was tuning in, I didn't exactly get on from home. I got like a few people around. So is there some other kind of job that you're thinking of, or something that was from
no,
the
but
past
maybe
possible?
they connected, Mindy. Maybe they can be
That
doing some work or something together.
that could be because it's almost like something coming, or because I just kept seeing people around you. So it was interesting.
Because I also see a Three of Pentacles, and that's, I'm kind of thinking it's a job which you're able to do, you have skills to do, because usually it's like a Three of Pentacles, it's do the job which you can be able, and you have skills or ability to do, and you can be good at your job, like, but maybe you're already tired or looking for something more innovative, or how you can, and then you have to think how you can make it more interesting for you, you understand? Because it's all about like I said, you I see the boring. It's maybe you also expecting or would be wanting to have more money, because Seven of Pentacles there, and it's like a digging a hole, and you can imagine digging a hole. Usually it's like, okay, I'm not sure, like I can be maybe worth of something more. That's what would be your desire. And Judgment, it's a message of value of the price. So if you want to be stuck, you can be stuck, yes, but if you will be starting to try for this change or make some, I don't know, plan or whatever, yeah, changeable plan, you can do it. All up to you. Yes, a light seeker, what is your question? Because you want to get a reading, but you need to explain what you want to ask, please. I think you understood everything. Pretty much with your job, everything should be all right. Like, yes, Mindy, you agree with that. So, but you need maybe, yeah, not to get it. So, take it with the music, like
Well, I
Mindy
almost saw
said.
something of something on future that you want to change the direction, or something coming along for the job, and I just felt that something else is going, and I want to make sure I'm not on. No, I'm on you. That you want to start different. You want to go into some different direction that you've been wanting for a while. So that's what I keep almost seeing. And this was actually for Jing still. I will go and focus on you. Okay. So do see clarity coming for me in my career. Oh, yeah. I okay, thank you. Um, yes, I do actually. Um, was there, so with your career, was there like a choice that you had of three different things that you were thinking of um on your career? Is it something that you're set in or something that you're going to? If you can be a little bit more specific, I'd appreciate that. Like the direction. So is this something you're in or something? Because I keep getting that something that you're going into or going to go into. Is that what this is? Got it. Okay, because I saw that there's like there's three things going along and going. Okay, got it. Um, and you're not quite set yet. All right. There's also something I get. Is there like something that's related to this in a way? That's some kind of a dream? That's something that you really, really want to go for? Because I feel this dream is on hold and you want to go more in this direction, but you're not sure on they're saying the monetary things and stuff like that. Because I keep getting that, yeah, you have something going on this career, but yet there's something else that's lurking in there that like, oh, I really want to do this instead. I really want to do this. And it's like coming up for you. So yeah, that's what that I'm trying to see if there's something. It's just something on the money though. But they keep saying that dream is in the back of your head that you want to do something else, but almost to have it as a side thing to start along with the other thing that you're going in. Okay. Something that you really just want to dig into. Yeah, I get to have something else until that starts getting going. So I don't know what you got because I know I was all over the place on this question.
No. I was
Magara.
listening. It was very interesting, and yes, and Mindy, you very correct. Like with how you picking. I'm always amazing. How you picking energies? So I try to find the words how to formulate the response. I do agree completely with you that there is something what I think with you, Mindy, I mean. No, and with you, like, so that there is something what you may be holding back, some dream or something what you're always wanting, because I kind of see this. Um, I don't think, like you see, you have experience, so you're getting this like kind of work which you having skills, but they're making you feel trapped. That's how I see, because it's a eight of swords reversed. It's kind of you have really options, but I don't think you really want them. You understand? And maybe that's why you change those jobs, because you kind of like yes, using this getting more knowledges, because high priest, it's about school, it's about your knowledges, it's about traditions, whatever family gave you some options or something what we used to learn. And sometimes it is, but I kind of thinking you don't want, because your message is upside down, you kind of more expand, or your mind is more like bigger than whatever they want you to do, and you can't fit in this little box of like whatever, and that doesn't give you some peacefulness, because that's what I kind of see, and you kind of don't feel was full of once again, it's maybe your family more wants, or you have to do because they want. It's kind of like and push you into that. But whatever you feel, it's more like you something like I don't know, creative or spiritual or something. What is because you see with the other messages, it's a reverse star. with a manifestation. That's why it's kind of some innovation. Maybe whatever, for example, you want to do, family would say, oh, it will not be costing money. Or what are you talking about? Like, for example, at the moment, maybe it's not something what is giving money, or like what everyone used to think, like that's maybe what is your dream. Or you usually used to be like this lady. She always dreamt to be a dancer, and eventually she is screaming because that's always sits in her, and she wants to be, but because message upside down, value of the price, like I always say, you kind of like, it's up to you to decide whether you're going to hold back your dreams and be on the, like, okay, no, in a one day when I will be older or something, I will be thinking, but that will make you toxic more, that's what usually people feel very frustrated later on in a life, when their dreams always staying like a dreams, and that's, I was reading the book of Paulo Coelho, really good media, I would be suggesting, as it's called like Diary of the Magician, Santiago journey, so how the person came, and it's just like amazing how it explains. And I would be suggesting you like it sometimes, because for example me, I was in a similar situation with you, because my family always like, oh, this is like not really like, and they always put me away from my dreams, but I was stronger. That's what you used to do. If you want to be stronger and better, you always have to prove and to be on the right path. It's like your battle of the life, if you will be on the right path and fighting for that, you actually will be successful in any area. But if not, then later on, people, you can see these people who get married because someone told them, and then they don't want to look at each one or something, or doing the job which someone told, and they later on getting frustrated and not happy and depressed or whatever. So it's all coming with that, because we burying our dreams. That's, I'm not sure, do you understand? Yeah. I was talking a lot, I guess.
No, you were not. No, no, very good.
So I hope you understood. Loki. No. You see, you need to be maybe manifest more, because all your messages upside down, which kind of holding back your manifestation and your. I think you're not ready yet, to be honest, because all messages reversed. But you need to go there. So you're going there. At least you understand. So it's already halfway through. So who is else wants? Maybe there is someone else who was waiting for the question, or maybe people already gone. Zabunia and Arcana, I think was, but maybe people already left. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, sorry. Oh, no, Zabunia is there. Thank you, Zabunia.
Okay.
Going through a tough time with your friend. So have been going through a tough time with your friend. She is battling an addiction. We are thinking of moving to another city to get away from, to the substances. Good idea. We have also been arguing.
I almost feel in tears reading this. I feel really down. I don't. I will say on this, I don't know if the person you're talking about or anything like that has, if you can see, like, because we're psychic, and if you can see like a professional therapist or professional doctor or something like that, I will say on this, because that can be so much to go through. um so many ups and downs I'm feeling, so much sadness, so much things. So yeah, I could see the sorry, and because you go through this, you go through that, and then it's like not always, as I talk on all the time with the zone, not always like fulfillment of just being yourself and just taking that step on that person, on not taking the stuff that they do or whatever they're doing on the addiction you're talking about. So that very is hard to address sometimes, and that's why I would say if there is some kind of professional you could that they could talk to and get themselves going on this, on the right road. It sometimes is a journey. What you can do to make things happier. Again, like I said, talk to someone. Otherwise, they're saying understanding, but you've been understanding. You've been understanding on different levels on there. Okay, I don't know. Someone said LOL, right road. I don't know if I said something off or what, but okay, yeah, you have, exactly, and you're doing what you can. Because you're saying that this person has the problems, or is it with you too? I got a little confused on reading it, but it's a big, yeah, it's a big thing on there. Mm. Okay, you're saying that that person is battling. Got it. Okay. All right. I was wondering, because I was feeling that some kind of problem, that you're going through too, but I don't know what this is. You don't have to write it. I just feel if there is something, again, I would always recommend, if there's, you know, someone to possibly talk to, or a professional, something like that. I don't know. Um, just on different circumstances, because I do feel that like the person that you're talking about wants to be happy and stuff, and wants things to work out with both of you, so that you are in a good thing. And I know you do too. What do you have, Magira?
No, you see, I definitely think that it's a very good decision, yes, to be on the, because I picked several messages, and for me, they're showing that it's courage. So first of all, good courage. So you need to have this courage, yes, and it's like like message of the courage, showing the right path, when the fear is trying to stop you, but you need to have this Latin which comes from inside, and like you both learning from this experience, even if you're fighting them or whatever you said, you're having arguments, but that could be because not only of today's situation. I kind of thinking whatever you have, and addictions especially, they have some sort of like scripts which have been maybe like put even in a childhood, or there have been some um, they have some history, why you coming to that. So of course all this is a result of some emotions sometimes, or some people who treated, for example, or did something towards. So they not appeared on an empty position. And they're kind of thinking in this way, you have to be united, and that's what you're trying to be. But of course, there will be challenges for both of you, and at this period of time. But you will be able to improve, yes, because I got the 6 of Swords, and it's like on a boat, it's like both you like on a boat and somewhere in an ocean of emotions, because you see the person looks like lost a little bit. That also can be because you lost, like, and she is lost, and definitely maybe the desire them for this addiction again, like they will be still like trying to manipulate you from inside or whatever, and trying to get back on track. So that's what's happening. Why it's escalating the fear, because Mindy very good explained about energy, and like we before in our sessions told, everything is about energy, so, and now if you're trying to get rid of these addictions, yes, so it means that addictions which represent form of energy, they don't want to go. They will be like trying you to grab them, and they will sabotage you. They will be doing whatever, just to stop you and return you back. Like, come back because we want you there, on our party. And that's why they try to create all the situations with and difficulties. So that's why I kind of definitely suggest you not to stop on a halfway, but going through this, looking for the looking for the balance, because it will help you to restore and to balance yourself, like you and your friend. Plus, I also want to say that Alistair Crowley, I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but in his book there was something what I found very interesting, when he said that no, he was a bit funny and strange and weird, yes, but what was good thing about him that on one stage, um, no, it's like biography of the Alistair Crowley. So
Aleister Crowley, is that what you're saying?
Alistair Crowley. And it's a weird person, but like having a lot of sorts of like, and into setting and into this and into that. But what was interesting, and I think that what you can, I kind of, why I'm approaching to that example, because on one stage, they appeared some actors to him who had problems with addictions, and she said, I need to get rid of that. So what he did with the people, he just brought them somewhere in a mountain, somewhere in a place where there is like no one and only the cave or something, and he just everything like you sitting there for 40 days, some 40, I guess it was 40 days, and he was bringing every day like only water or bread or something, like just minimum. And she was like, oh, and it's cold and it's this, and but after 40 days, so she, when she came back, that's what she explains, that she was so thankful because she got rid of addictions, uh, because after, in the beginning, she wanted to die because there is no this, and it's boring and it's horrible and it's terrible and it's cold and it's an actress. She had money, and yes, and that's where maybe addictions came from. But I mean, there she didn't have anything. She only had this nature and coldness and no like anything, pretty much only a piece of bread. But when in a week or two after that, she said she started to be more in the nature and admire the nature, and she started to listen to the birds. So addiction came away from her, because by the end she was happy and like completely, and was very thankful to him. So that's how he was solving the problem. That's why when you said that you're going somewhere, kind of thinking, I would be suggesting, Crowley definitely would be suggesting you do this. No, it's no matter coldness or not, but somewhere where you don't have a connection with civilization. That's the most important, because that's where you become more pure of energy with yourself. because first days she was feeling anxiety and of course addiction. It's not leaving you alone, especially strong addictions. They just getting so like into your body, into your brain, but they try you like already said, it's energy. They want it back, because once you starting to say no, you kind of help, like you don't provide them any food, so and they dying itself. That happens with the thoughts, and sometimes many people suggest just meditation or just kind of no thinking at all.
Okay, good. Good more. Not sure what you're writing on all the things. Very confusing. I don't know if you're just saying words and then saying what, dividing the two words together. But you can see that I get confused. So I just am looking like, okay, very interesting. But yes, with Zeb Zebun, I don't know how. Yeah, I'm not sure how to say the name. But
The,
again, as the things I said, it's always good to look and see if someone, is able to help in that situation on different, but sometimes I know that there's limited. Also they keep telling me meditation too, and things on that, and of course what Gara was saying.
so I hope you a little bit clarified. You confused?
Confused on the words immutate for a military crowd. Okay. I'm still like, huh? Very, yes. I don't quite understand, but okay.
ah you said
Yeah.
strange, and this was like
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand to whom it
don't
is, like
always I don't
okay,
always
I
get those
said
terms,
anything
so okay.
and small town. I don't know where you, Zabunia, is planning to go. And if someone else wants, of course, to put a question, you're welcome. Because I'm not sure if there are more people or who is watching us.
What happens wait, weird how it happens whenever you get it. Oh, if other people comment and things like that. Okay. Well, in that case, sometimes what goes on then is if you actually want to book with someone, okay. Well, then what I would always recommend is to book with someone privately and talk with someone again. I say, see some, but and the psychics and things like that. If you wanted to be in a private setting to book with someone, I know sometimes the cost and things like that, but sometimes that is better than being in the public on a chat room because of the fact on watching things that are said and things like that. So.
No, mm, mm.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Gotcha. Decoding. Okay.
of course, sometimes the people in the, I agree. I mean, you just, yeah, very correct in that. Unfortunately, we are on a stream, and everyone probably listening, so want to say something.
And I know it's a very serious thing.
It can be
And
another way of your energy, interference of someone's energy could be also for your spirit, sort of like you see again, it's like you need to stay where you are to be balanced, yes, because maybe it's again it comes with those situations, because sometimes I notice that if you're trying to do something and someone is interfering, it's like some forces or some other things they try to influence, or interfere into the question and make it like, so there is some chaos, like I maybe, and that's why you need more like meditate, more calm down, more trying to think positively, you know, and then it will attract those energy and there will be no interference, because sometimes that also can be an indicator. So we yes, and so if there is someone else who wants to put a question, maybe there are people who watching us, or to whom we still Arcana. I think we never respond to Arcana.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I hope you will be to speak. Needs of the Pentagon. I'm not sure what are the needs of Pentagon, because we're not representing that.
Okay, so I don't know if anyone else had a question. I think it's okay. We will be all right. Yes. So Okay.
That's great.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that too.
I have no idea on that.
Hi. Are you doing readings, Vileno? I think Vileno before was talking about Einstein.
Okay. I don't know if we're able to do that right now, so yeah.
Don't believe whom? So, okay, maybe we will continue to talk about Zabonia. You don't have any more questions? You're clear? Yes, and or maybe you want you have something else what you want to clarify, or someone else wants something to clarify, because before we have been talking about the different spiritual topics, and one of them and astrology as well, and tarot, which use the astrology together. Yes, so and we will kind of introduce some kind of planets. Yes, so we stop like talking about the planets,
I'm always interested in
which
the
can.
different planets, in all the different planets around and stuff. So yes.
No, yes, they are really cool, and it's a lot of things to learn, you know, from Libra. Okay. No, what I was talking more about the horary astrology, because everyone has a horoscope, but horoscope in any case, like if you want to know more about yourself or about your life, you need to make at least like natal chart. And with only just kind of astrological sign, I think it still will be very generic. Because it's only 12 cents, but all of them having a certain specter of the degree, and even you definitely when was born got yourself in some certain degree of the Libra, yes, and that's why there could be some sort of like what will differentiate you from another Libra. And yes, but Libra generally, of course, maybe as well for you, it is difficult sometimes, like, to with your friend. Yes, you said you're having some challenges or something. Actually, who is your friend? What is the horoscope of your friend? Because you see, Libra needs to harmonize things. Maybe that's what it's like a peacemakers. In a positive way of Libra is to harmonize and to try to balance things. But sometimes it's very hard to achieve balance because Libra is always on the edge, like, like, oh, if it is right, or if it is this, or if it is that, and especially maybe in the questions of your situation with your friend as well, it could be difficult, especially. I think you need, because all Libras in a perfect form of the Libra is balancing. And because if no, there is no balance, then it could be too many frustration for you, too many in a collapsing, like, because you will be lost, especially if it is several options and you can't balance, then you kind of feel, oh, am I doing right? Am I doing wrong? But I go this way, but I'm going that way. So with these questions, it's always very important to understand that you are actually, doing right things. You are grounded, yes, not like doing right things, but when you grounded, when you self-regulated, when you feelings, like Mindy always say, breathing techniques or something, yeah, just breathe in, breathe out, like imagining that, and you kind of getting back to your natural maybe mindset or whatever, or spiritual set, uh, and that helps, yes, to balance and to be more clear. No, I think it's very good practice, but simple in comparison with something where you have to do a lot of things and yoga or whatever. You don't know how to sit even in this position, for example.
Mindfulness is very good. Yes.
Because sometimes you need to be very flexible in the yoga or having all this kind of bones. And then, like, after a while, it's only what you're thinking is, it's just like, how long it still I have to be? And you can't get rid of these thoughts and kind of like energies. And so that's why what is about your friend who is with you, like, where are you going, what is her sign astrological, as you said, you Libra, because the planet which is responsible for the Libra is Venus, and Venus gives a lot of usually Venus you can see in every beautiful aspect of everything, because like beautiful pictures, beautiful, like, I don't know, buildings, everything very, like, you can adore or like, that's where the Venus coming, or putting her blessing on top of that, or just her energy is there. That's why she likes harmonize things. She likes when things in the right form, or she likes when things balancing and there is no war, angriness or anything, you know. So more you building your Venus, she is Pisces. But I mean, so her horoscope is Pisces. Yeah, I just better give me not like where is on her sun or something, but what is your horoscope? Just Pisces, yeah? So your horoscope is Libra and your horoscope is Pisces. Am I correct? Or because for me it's just better to know what is just generally your horoscope. Because you said sun. Because sun, moon is something else. Just when she was born, what is the date of birth of your friend? Mhm. No, you see, again, Pisces and Libra, it's a little bit different signs. No, I don't need. I just you explained me already that she is Pisces, yes, and it's water.
Yeah, in
And
the
your
public, we don't
energy,
need the date of birth here.
yeah, your energy is air, more like with the air sign and water sign. But air sign and water signs, they can be fighting because they kind of a little bit sometimes. If, for example, it would be the earth or something, then water can fertilize the earth. With the air, it's a little bit tricky. And plus, she is a Pisces. Pisces very mysterious. They sometimes could be hard to actually get rid of addictions. That's one of the problem of the Pisces. It's addictions. Very often the Pisces known for that. You know, they kind of like if they like something, they can be just yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Can you go more into that? Goodness.
Yes, they are very like, or for example, how to explain? Pisces, they under influence, like in a natal astrology, under influence of Neptune. Yes, and it's one of those like kind of planet which is mystical, mysterious, which is sort of like having a lot of unclarity, yes, and again addictions, whatever, all this kind of comes with that. And Pisces themselves, like in a tarot, whatever I was trying to explain, that there are 10 like minor arcanas. Yes, we know the major arcana and the minor arcanas. So like I already explained, through the circle, which is divided into 12, yes, and it could be like first house, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eight, nine, 10. So 10, what can come 10? And it's 11 and 12. Empathetic. So 11 and 12. 11 comes with Aquarius, and house number 12 is Pisces. It's the last one. And Pisces, and you see with arcanas, you only have, you don't have 12 minor arcana. The last one is number 10. So these two signs, they don't actually have them. But they have the major arcana. Major arcanas corresponding to the Aquarius, it's the sun, and judgment comes for the arcana of Pisces. So that's why you know what is mean. There's a judgment. It's usually revealing something. It's always so. It's a resurrection. That's what the major arcana of the Pisces. And because they kind of Pisces, because of these two signs, they don't have minor arcanas. which kind of like, how it can say, like we all have to follow some certain model, yes, of our behavior or something, archetype. So archetype, these two astrological places, they don't represent. They have major arcanas, but they don't have minus arcanas. And that means they kind of like not really having anything archetype with. And that's why from this point, they consider it to be out of civilization, or they have to learn how to deal with certain things. You know, if for example Aries, they know what to do in this case because their minor arcanas will be aces. It's easy to understand which house is what, because first represent magician and high priestess, but for the minor arcanas it's all aces will be going into this place. You know, the second place represents high priest, or emperor and empress, and they represent as everything like two of pentacles, two of swords, two of wands, two of cups. Yeah, so it comes to the second place. The same 3, 4, 5, so we're coming to the 10, but 11, 12 missing of minor arcanas. That's why they have to adapt how to deal in a certain situation with this or that question, because they don't have it in their program of subconsciousness. So and they work it out when they deal with people. They kind of adapt it to the society, to the social things, to how to, and that's where they a little bit like, this is this question. Are you asking me? Because I'm not clear. Mindy,
Right, I don't understand by this or that question. Okay, asking you, but what do you mean by this or that question?
yeah. No, what I'm trying to say is that they a little bit, you know, it's your friend. She is very like, how to say, no, Pisces. They having such a very sensitive nature, but they could be sometimes very secretive as well. They could be sometimes very hard to be understand. You know, that's what Pisces usually known for, because but they can be so wonderful if they following, for example, you or someone, because they can be very devoted, you know, into and that's, but what I said about addiction, because they kind of like and meaning of the Pisces, it's a two fishes, yes, they try to unite. That's why they look sometimes for the person who, and very often they're getting sometimes into some sector, into this, into that. That's very um, typical for Pisces, getting into addictions, getting into something, because they're getting like completely into that and dissolve in something. And then they kind of, you understand? Getting under influence, depending what sort of influence, of course, they're getting into. It is good if it is a company is good, then they would be adapting to the very great things. Yes, for example, them learning music or something. But if they're getting to the or following the wrong leaders, so they're getting to the wrong direction. Yes, no, how wrong or right, but kind of like they're going to the direction which could be dangerous for them. And that's what I believe your friend experiences as well. I don't know if it is having you. Do you have another question with that or not? But what I'm trying to say is that you need to always like push your friend to do it. You need to try to support her, because with your sign it's easier. I think if you having some, I don't know if you said you kind of both like something, so I'm not sure if you, but her problem will be more complicated, because she really needs a motivation for that. Like I said, you Pisces are famous for, or it's a typical thing for them. If they smoke, they can be very big smoker. If they're drinking, the drinkers, it's like Pisces. This is this. So it's very often happening.
I think that was interesting on different things on on what you said. So I don't know. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching, and we appreciate it, and the subscriptions, and subscribing.
Or if
Following.
someone is new or someone just watches or have another question, you're definitely welcome, and you can put. We never saw back arcana. It's a shame. So, or someone wants maybe to offer some topic which have been interested for a discussion or something, we're happy to check it for you, and maybe so Mindy, again, returning back to Crowley and for you. So it really was interesting. His biography is generally very interesting and amazing. Having a lot of, but always covered with some mysticism. Um,
And it is more that we can talk on. And again, if there are subjects that you're interested in, we can always go on that. Okay. You don't have a button for subscribing. Gotcha. I think then it's following, and if there is a thing for sharing. So yeah, if there is something on the different topics, but I know I'm interested in the planets
yeah.
and the astrology and stuff.
Mindy, if you need to go, you can go. I will a little bit explain the Bonia more. If you still have time, because it's a very hard situation, I think. Very complex situation she has now with this her friend.
Exactly.
So I kind of thinking, I think it is very, but you always have to remember that you need to believe in yourself, and you need to stay strong with your spirit,
So much.
and that means you're on the right path.
Mm-hmm.
You agree, Mindy?
Yes, believing in yourself. Sometimes, boy, depending on what goes on our outer thing, that can be hard. And there are so many different exercises on just looking in the mirror and say, that I'm happy with myself. And sometimes it's like hard to say or hard to do on these exercises and stuff, but it is so important on things. Exactly. Stay true to your own path. Because sometimes things can, or other influences or other things can have us stray a little bit. But to stay on that right path is so important. Because, yeah, okay, you're like, all right, I'm going to start the day great. Everything's going to go good. Then all of a sudden, oh, you get a call from someone. You'll get a call from someone and they'll be talking, then, oh, okay, then something else will go wrong. It's like, how am I supposed to focus now? So then you just get into that that what we were talking, what she said, the breathing and the mindfulness to get yourself set again. Okay, I'm going to center myself. I'm going to get there. And they always say, take care of yourself, and make that the priority on, although, I will rephrase that. If you have kids, or if, take care of yourself and take care of them. So, right, exactly. And sometimes it is hard to deal with certain things on there. And so then we just, okay, it's almost like a system. So if something goes and bothers you, all right, get back on track. Like click of the fingers or something to get yourself back on track so it doesn't bring you down.
Yes, and the right path is your spiritual, because inside you, you're always knowing. Or even if sometimes you're pushed away with people, or even like some family or someone tries to tell you, and you kind of feeling that it's wrong, that could be also that your feeling is right, because everyone gives ideas, yes, gives their, I don't know, tries to teach you, to say what's better to do based on their experience. And again, it's important to understand how, of course, it's good if it is reflect on what you really need and go along with that. But if not, then it's a problem. In no matter how the people close, whether it is your relatives, whether it is your friends, whether it is your partner, whom you would be thinking like wants for you the best. But I think in any case, everyone is. And maybe sometimes their motivation is really coming from them, but still they can be giving judgments or their opinion based on their experience, not based on, for example, your spiritual destination, because they have no idea what is your spiritual destination or what your spirit. So best of all, only you know in your heart what is really right or wrong. Yeah. And that's why for me very important, like I said, it was Paulo Coelho as well, uh, Diary of the Magician. When I was reading, I kind of thinking he was so great in description of like it is kind of like interesting way of how this describes this diary. Yes, so why it's Diary of a Magician? Because there was a trip or journey on a Santiago Pass. I don't know if you know what is Santiago Pass. It's kind of like like sometimes the people, like in English this word, just they kind of going for some monastery or for some church, like prayers. It takes them forever, to get there. No, for example, like Paulo, I know how it is in a different language, but I'm struggle to translate it. Like Mindy, maybe you know.
That's what I'm
Some
wondering. I
people,
was going to ask you too. What exactly?
no, like for example, some people they're very devoted to the God. Yes, and they kind of have to get this kind of, and there is some monastery or there is some saint place somewhere in, I don't know, in 10,000 miles, but they have to get there, for example, yes, because there is a ceremony or there is like a priest coming there or something. So I don't know the name of how they call these people. Mm. But they kind of like devote of this, and they have to get through this path, like kind of they walking there, they not like driving or doing this.
Oh.
Usually it was more like autumn, because in the past people used to do it, because someone, for example, lives in a village and the person heard that there will be in those famous church, like today everyone can sit in a car and going somewhere, yes, in a like
Mhm.
I don't know, last century or somewhere people didn't have cars, didn't have horses, only rich people had or something. So it was really complicated even to get, yeah, conquest, I think. But conquest, it's more like a knights, you mean? Or what is a conquest? What it means, conquest? Let me just try to translate. Oh yeah, it's kind of, but conquest for me would be more like, I think, if it is going in a some church or religious term, then it could be. But you mean you don't still know what means those people, yeah?
I don't know what it's called. No, I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure either.
Give me a moment.
But I do understand what you're saying on what, like a journey or something that they took. I
Pilgrim,
understand.
pilgrim.
Oh,
You know,
okay, got it.
you understand, yeah. So
Okay,
now you know
yeah,
what is a pilgrim. It's called
got it.
pilgrim. So they used to go everywhere. And that's what this path. Just you have to get through this kind of like way, and you getting to this sacred like place. So the point of the book was that he was belonging to some, not Mason, but some other order maybe. Yeah, pilgrimage. So this main character, and he decided to go on this Santiago Pass, and but on the way there will be some difficulty. So he has been sent like a person who will be a supporter, yes, someone who will be like helper or something. And on my internet, I hope I will not lose it, because I kind of see there are some issues and maybe there could be some problems. I hope
Okay,
not.
sometimes that happens with me too.
You
So
think?
we will see what's going on.
Hmm.
And right now you're
Mhm.
good.
Uh, yeah. So and when he what was the point? He needed to go to those like secret place or sacred place, because it will be additional like ceremony of his blessing or something. Yeah, once he gets there. So with this person, but this person appeared and said like, okay, so there will be some challenges on the way. And the first challenge was like a devil, meeting with the devil was also there, but devil wasn't like a devil. So what it was, it's like he came and saw it's like a black dog or something, and that reminded me of the movie Omen, like those one. uh, and the dog started like to try to he always, according to the whole path, he saw sometimes this dog who appeared, and he knew that it's kind of like those demon or devil or someone, yes. But what also, it was like a symbolical meaning, because it means like you need to fight with your fear, you need to fight it, like, because,
Oh, okay. Got it.
and if you deal with that. Hi, very Mary.
Hi. How are
Mom,
you?
how are you? Nice to meet you. uh, If you have some question, you welcome to ask your question, because we're doing readings and sometimes we discuss on different topics. And if you new person and never have been before, we would like you just to like or subscribe or share our videos. But you're welcome to ask a question. Hello. So Zabunia is so lovely. So that's what is the devil, in this kind of a context was. It's more like a fighting with your fear to do, like to be on this way, because it always appeared in some unexpected places. And if you kind of like will fight with that, then you won. If not, then this kind of fearful thinking won. Yeah, and you will be again have to do this path again. So funny.
Oh,
So
thank you.
very Muppet, don't be shy. If you have a question, you still can say, because we're glad to see you.
Up, and I think her internet just went. So I am here now. Um, and since her internet went, I will say thank you so much for everyone watching, and we appreciate it. Again, with your comments, and if you have questions on, so bye. Thank you so much.